Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast.
Hello and welcome to this week's podcast. After loads of computer problems, static noises, I, the demigod of science fiction, and my co-host, the other fellow demigod of science fiction in Sci-Fi Olympus, present episode 195 of the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. And over in the corner is Michael Paul and I'm Martin Farr, co-clud, and by the gods of science fiction. And we will be joined by Malcolm very shortly. And we're talking about Fallout. Oh, don't die.
Oh, that's sorry. It all came up. I was going to go.
Oh, you're not going to die.
How are you doing, Martin?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you know I can cough talk. Can you not cough talk?
Hello, Martin. You this week.
That's enough of that.
Well, thank you for you've ruined the intro. Murdered it.
What? I'd like to show you some of my skills.
Oh yeah, Cough Talk.
Cough talk.
Hello,
yeah.
and welcome to episode 195 of Cough Talk.
Cough talk. That'd be a good YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
it does sound like a really good
Cough
chat show.
talk. Cough.com.
Cough
Coughtalk.com.
Talk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How are you? How's things in London? I saw. What did I see? You did something online. Are you doing some? Are you doing the Toilet Traveller again? Aren't you doing like a part 2 or part 3 or something?
I went to a film festival and I was invited to show several films, and there was people there, and I found out that at other festivals or for person, my Toilet Traveller concept has been mentioned, so it's
Cool.
slowly.
That's good. I
made a 1-minute episode when I was at this festival.
Yeah, I saw you with some toilet cubicles and there's just lightning
Yes.
flashes and yeah, it's good. Why not?
And I killed my friend on the Death Star. Quite enjoyed that. Actually.
Oh, well, that's the way it happens, you know.
A toilet travelled onto the Death Star and it went boom.
That's not good.
No.
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, what's been happening my end? Not a lot. Work. September, the weather's been good this week. Trying to get a few more barbecues, last bit of sun. Yeah, it's been a kind of like it's that awful time of year where I'm still trying to, adjust to the end of summer, and it's you still get a bit of the aftermath of the summer, and I don't do winter and stuff. And Martin was just saying before we recorded how he says we have to get to episode 200. We have to. We don't have a choice. And so I don't think I've got a choice either. So it'd be interesting though, because by the episode 200, it would have been almost exactly 5 years since we started. So that's not. I mean, like I said, it's quite hard work doing all this editing and stuff. It's great fun doing it, but we've all got our respective lives, we've all got our respective commitments and things like that. Relationships, God knows what, work. But we do love talking about all this stuff, and looking at the poster, we talk about this as well, of all the episodes that we've done, and we've done a hell of a lot. I'm going to, I don't want to watch it. I'm going to do this for the podcast. I'm going to watch Firefly.
No.
It's only 10 episodes, isn't it?
No.
Why?
What's Black 7? The first
Oh, no, that's
season.
bigger though. Black 7's like
It's
4
only
seasons.
11 episodes.
Is it?
It's 11 episodes per season.
Oh, I thought it was about 25 or something.
No, there's 47 episodes. All I'm asking you is to watch the first season.
All right. So you want me to do that before Firefly?
No, yeah. I mean, you could watch 1 hour.
Oh, no, I can have. I mean, obviously, we're going to be reviewing Fallout, which is only.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Right.
What?
Right. In November, I spoke with Malcolm about this coming out on Blu-ray. The upgraded.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you said about this, and you both started saying about, you're going to watch it. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, and they made it like Star Trek. You remember the original?
They remastered it, right?
Yeah. They've done that, right? So what I'll say to you, right? It's the first 3 episodes that draw you into it, right?
Okay.
They're the key episodes.
So if I'm going to try those, and if I'm not into it, then I can.
Right. The first, second, and third, right? And if you don't like it, you can walk away that's
Into the sunset, and never do episode 200, and that's the end of it. No, all right, that sounds good. I'll do that. Okay.
3 episodes.
Yeah, all right, okay. I don't mind. I mean, like I said, I do like 70s BBC sci-fi, obviously Doctor Who, Survivors, another great one.
Well, it's from the creators of
I know it is. Yeah. All right, that's fair. And Jay on Side Trek, he checks us out and he wants me to watch Firefly, which I will watch as well. So I'll do my homework.
I've asked you to watch 3 episodes of Black 7.
No, I could do that.
3.
I could do that. Yeah, I could do
And
that.
if you don't like it, after
No,
2,
all right.
walk.
All right.
I will not, and I
Hey,
promise you now.
That could be episode 200. I could do it by episode 200.
Okay.
That's a month.
I thought we'd have like a time travel show of all the best episodes we've done.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Do you remember?
We could do a clip
Stargate?
show. We could
Do
do
you
a clip
remember when
show.
Stargate had no money?
Yeah.
And they used to show the clip episode.
Oh, do you know what?
I
And
thought
what, I
we
could
could
do
do
the-
that. So
On the thumbnail, I could do a thumbnail of us two with the thumbnails of the previous episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And I
yeah.
think we should do a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, well, obviously it'd be quite a few times to restart on Zoom, but I don't mind doing that. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll do it on StreamYard.
Oh, fuck that. StreamYards is shit. No. And I can handle Zoom. I can't have StreamYards is a pile of shite.
All right.
No, I've tried that. It is absolute shit. I cannot get on with that at all. It's crap. Fucking hate that thing. Yeah, I'm up for that. Yeah, all right. And we could do a compilation and
Yes.
I mean, obviously we can't really do the blooper. Well, at the end we could do. Oh no, we keep doing the bloopers. We did the bloopers for the 100th episode with all, but that's audio. You know, the blooper. Okay, I'll do something. What I could do then, I could go through previous episodes and
We could have clips of the guests we've had on.
yeah, we could have Vic Mignogna, Al Smith, whose channel? He's just suddenly his channel's gone. I'm really upset about that. You know, Al Smith.
Those channels gone.
You remember Al Smith, the Ghostbusters fan?
I watch him on and off.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's suddenly dropped out. He's I think he's had some falling out with somebody, and I really hope he's back because I really like him. I think he's a really.
No,
really
I
nice guy.
watched his Ghostbusters review.
Yeah, I love all that, and he refused to comment on the Acolyte, which is.
I think we should talk about that. Actually, have you seen what's been going on?
Oh, go on. Yeah, it's all turned. It's all
Star
tits
Wars
up.
Theory and
Oh, they're all. But yeah, apparently people are going after
Star
them or
Wars
something.
Explained.
Did we? I
and
don't know
all
if you
that.
mentioned it last week, but there's a lot of unsettled Star Wars fans out there who are going after YouTubers who are saying that they're toxic and all this shit.
Yeah, trying to get legal action, get people kicked off because
And YouTubers
they
stay on
don't
YouTube
like the
because
outcome.
they can't
Yeah.
do that. You're entitled to your opinion.
Well, that's what YouTube said in the replied thing.
Yeah, but they're right. They're right.
Yeah, they are right. I agree.
YouTube
with that.
is a platform for you to talk, but in the end, you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, there are things
But
you
if
don't.
you
there are
don't like
things-
something,
Yeah.
you don't like it. The Acolyte was the worst Star Wars. It was one of the
Do you know what?
worst
Do you think?
programs I've ever seen.
I mean, I think it's actually almost as polarizing as the Last Jedi. I don't. Mate, I think.
Last Jedi was terrible.
Yeah. So this, the Last Jedi,
Okay.
Solo, a Star Wars story, and this are the 3 most negatively received, I think, of Star Wars. I like
Yep.
most of the live action stuff. I still think Book of Boba Fett was okay. I don't think it was fantastic, but I enjoyed it. I liked Ahsoka.
Just behind you right now, there's a Liberator.
Oh, yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I know. I did I did that for you when I did that green screen compilation. I did that for
you'll
you.
be able to see the Liberator.
Yeah,
won't
but when actually, if I was talking in the Liberator, then you should have seen it on the thing. Now the Enterprise just flying by me as well. It's very professional. My backgrounds. It took me a long time. Makes an awesome computer wall screensaver as well.
you? You've done a wonderful job, and we all appreciate it.
Thank you, and I like your Invaders UFO flight. It's always hovering behind you every week. He doesn't know what to say. I wouldn't mind finding a green screen of that, actually, and mucking about with that and adding it to the.
Yeah, that'd be so cool, and have it flying.
I could do it flying, but static. I couldn't have it spinning. You know,
Yeah.
I can do some green screen stuff, but there's not a lot
You
of invaders
reckon-
green screen.
How would you make somebody glow red and disappear? Well, I'm going to be learning all this next week.
Oh, I can make the
You
disappear.
know when he shoots them and they
I can
glow
do the
red.
disappearing bit,
Yeah, I can make people disappear.
but I might be able to on Photoshop with some video make something.
Yeah.
I might be able to do it. I'd have to use Photoshop because you can do some video.
I'm starting special effects next week, and I'm
Oh.
going to learn.
You know what I've got to do next week? You're going to do
What?
something really interesting. I've got to do a fucking 3-day first aid course. 3 days. I don't want to do that. If I see somebody in the street and they're dying, I'm going to walk past them, aren't I? No, I'm joking. But I mean, I don't want all that. But it's like I've been told to do it. Like, what am I doing this for? It's like I don't want to do this. I mean, it's like, oh God, don't you hate that bullshit?
They'll lay one of them dummies out in front of you.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll have to do the Heimlich maneuver. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to be getting on with the dummy.
Yeah.
Inflatable Ingrid or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Can you film it?
No. What? Share it next week? You mean on the podcast?
We'll load it up to Pornhub.
What's that?
We'll load it up to Pornhub.
Oh, never heard of it. I'm a gentleman. I wouldn't hear of any naughty sites like that.
Sci-fi podcast makes Pornhub.
The Solo One Pornhub podcast. Oh no. That's I don't even want to even imagine where we'd be going with that. That's just like that's going to put you off your tea. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Acolyte? Yeah, so Acolyte. Yeah. So it's very very polarizing. Obviously, I honestly I do think it's bad, but I just think it's all getting a bit stupid now.
Yeah. I don't think it deserved the hate it got. But
I don't think so either. It's poor. Go on.
As a production, it was just terrible. All of it, wasn't it? It's story, the act, it was just awful.
I think that lady Leslie, is it Leslie Headland? I didn't like her. I think she had a lot to do it. Same as who was it that did Last Jedi? Was it Ryan Johnson?
I think so, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and it's kind of like these people who just fuck it up. I mean, you think of Terry Matalas in Picard at season 3. I mean, he should be running Star Trek. I've said this many times. He should be running Star Trek.
And that's what's going on with that I'm Paramount's been sold.
It's all up in the air from what I understand. Well, I'm hearing all sorts of stuff. I mean, they're talking about the movies, about this beginning the first Voyages of the Enterprise with Captain Robert April. I heard that. They've obviously filmed Section 31, which looks like Star Trek's The Acolyte for 2025. It looks like absolute shit. Strange New Worlds looks good. A lot of people don't like the wacky episodes that it has. I don't mind it at all. Some say it's almost like a parody of Star Trek, but I think Lower Decks is a parody of Star Trek because it's like a cartoon, and that's why I don't like it. I don't mind the wacky episodes of Strange New Worlds so far. I think most of them actually worked. So that's that.
I've been told about a series to check out.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Called From.
Oh, you mentioned this before, didn't you?
But a friend of mine's watched it.
Was it? How do you spell it? THORM. Throm.
It's one of them mysterious ones. It's on its 3rd season, so it must be doing well.
Okay.
It's about the people that get lost and end up in this town and they can't get out of it.
Okay.
And there's things that are malevolent that hang around outside the town.
Right.
But people that come from all over that just end up in this town.
Oh, okay.
And there's things going on, and there's these like creatures outside it. And the 3rd season is about the escape. It's really, apparently, it's meant to be really good. It's really supernatural.
Okay, sounds good. I still want to try the new version of a TV show with the same name as another series we reviewed, Dark Matter. Matter 2020.
Oh yeah.
I want to check that out. That looks quite good. I was going to check that out first. Go on.
I watched the fight. Have you heard of one called Manifest?
Oh yeah,
About the aeroplane.
Something about it. Give me some more info about it. Remind me what it's about again.
Well, some people that get on an aeroplane and end up 5 years in the future, but to them they've just been on an aeroplane. It lands 5 years later.
Yeah, I've seen something like that.
Well,
But I don't think was it a proper series or was it a TV movie or what?
Yeah, it ran for about 3 or 4 seasons.
Oh no, I didn't see all that. No, I saw something which is similar. But...
I think there were like 20 episodes, I think. But what I did was I read up on it. I watched the recap thing on YouTube, and I watched the final 5-6 episodes and found out what it was about. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed with where it all went.
It reminds me of Under the Dome, because I thought that was a great idea, and then it just lost it by season 3. You know, sometimes these shows do that. They sort of have a good premise. It starts off good, then it fucks up.
Do you know? I was such a fan of that.
Yeah, what, even the last season?
No, I think we do you remember when I bought all the seasons? I bought all the seasons of it a couple of years ago. Well, I think we covered it.
Yeah, we have covered it at some point.
Yeah, and the first 2 seasons I really loved.
Yeah,
because there was this sense of thing to it. And then when we got into the first season, it was just all that was just an alien invasion.
Yeah, it just lost it. I remember disappointed by the 3rd season. I still like the series.
Yeah,
I mean, I would rewatch it, but I remember it didn't finish very well.
It was just that the first 2 series had that mystery and question, and then 3rd one, it was like it's an alien invasion series. They're to invade Earth. That's it.
Yeah,
this is what all this is about. And I just thought, well, that's just a waste of time.
Yeah,
it's something more than that, you know,
more substantial to the whole point of it.
Yeah, and it just let itself down. You know, that was it really. But I'm thinking about trying from out. But I've got the whole of Westworld, the series. I've got it all.
I've got it as well. I've got some of it. I want to watch the movie first, the original movie. 4
seasons I've got on.
I've got some of it. I haven't got all of it, but I'd like to watch the original film again first with Roy. Yuri, no, what was it?
Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner, yeah. So I'd like to see that again. I've not seen it. I remember it was quite a cool movie, but it's a long time ago.
The series is meant to be really good, so I keep meaning to. It's like I've got like June. I ain't even watched June. So
how many times every week we say we still haven't seen June 2? I want to watch it. I just never get around to watching it.
Yeah. So I'm going to start on Westworld this week.
Mind you, I've been watching a lot of something very important to you and me, and you'll be very impressed. I'm nearly up to episode 2,500. Brookie.
No, please. Please.
And recent events were Jimmy Corkle had a nervous breakdown. He got on top of a school roof and he almost jumped. It was very sad. And then he was dribbling and he went to a mental asylum for about a month and he came back. But his wife is having a lesbian affair with a girl, and it's actually, but she's also the lesbian is also having an affair with their daughter. It's a great show. It's brilliant. Look, I'm nearly done with it.
Doreen Corkle. Who's the other one?
Doreen Corkle.
No, that was Jimmy Corkle. No,
Lindsay. Lindsay Corkle was the daughter. And so Lindsay's having an affair with, well, not an affair, she's having a relationship with a woman, but the woman actually fancied Lindsay's mother, Jackie Corkle.
Oh, Jackie
Corkle is the, yeah. Look, we're going to, why have I brought this up? No fucker is going to give a shit about Brookside from 20 years ago. All right.
Well, they are repeating Brookside on
are they?
On Scottish TV, yeah, they're repeating Brookside.
Scottish TV. Oh, okay. Well, maybe.
Yeah, it's what's their Scottish network? They've got it all online to stream now.
I don't know. And I just think to myself, why am I watching this shit? And everyone in the family looks at me like I'm crazy. But I just said, like, I've got to see what happens. And like,
how many episodes have you got to go till you get to the end?
I think I've got about 300 or 400 left. So
is that all the made over? Is that all the what? 2,000 episodes?
About 3,000.
I thought there were a lot more than that.
Yeah. It started in 1982 and it went on for about 21 years, I think. Went on quite a long time. And I think it finished in 2003, and I'm in 2001. So
What were they on? They were on twice a week, weren't they?
I think it was. Yeah, I just think I like.
And then they had the omnibus on the side.
Yeah, they had the omnibus,
I
and
saw
I think it was twice a week with an omnibus at the weekend, and unless they had the special ones, and then they'll have like a whole week of it. And
I've seen final episode.
I've got it, but I'm not up to there yet. But it's really funny because we've been talking about Brookside ever since we started this show, and we even and there's an episode there was an episode where the two of them liked Doctor Who and Star Trek, and two of these guys said, "Oh, I like Doctor Who. I like the John Pertwee. I like Tom Baker." And they said, "What do you think about Star Trek?" Like, and one said, "I used to like it, but William Shatner the Captain Kirk was always trying to get up with the girls, like." But I didn't like that bald bloke on Star Trek Next Generation. That's my Liverpudlian accent. Anyway, we're not talking about Brookside. This is a sci-fi. This is not the Solar One soap opera podcast, is it? Any other news? Anything to report? Anything you want to share with the world?
No,
there's fuck all, isn't there? Let me have a quick look. Because I'm sick of it. There's nothing ever going on anymore. It's boring. I know they started principal photography of the new not Torchwood, that Doctor Who spin-off thing, which looks like shite. Let's have a look.
The sea and the earth or whatever.
Yeah, and I always think of the John Cleese comment from 40 Towers. He said, "You can see the sea. It's between the land and the sky."
The rumour is of Saxon.
Oh, I gotta hope so. I think he's going to stay.
Well,
it's
that article I sent you from Malcolm.
I know. It's like Alex Kurtzman and what's the name on Star Wars? It's like those three. They can never kick them off. And everyone wants them to go.
I can't understand if Disney pull out.
Look, they got to look. Doctor Who is done. It is absolute fucking shit. It is absolutely the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in the last season. I seriously, I always used to feel like Doctor Who was kind of like, oh, if you like that, that's cool. I would just feel embarrassed now. It was just embarrassing. It was just terrible.
I think it's time to put it to rest now.
Well, the thing is, and we said this last week, it's going to be a big gap between season 2 and if there is a season 3 because Disney are really on the fence. Well, the ratings aren't going to be any better next year either. How can they be?
Well, Disney's finding the land and the sea out there. The final.
Yeah, but that was part of the original deal. The deal was 2 seasons of Doctor Who and this Land of the Sea thing. So they've been committed to that already. If they'd have had the choice, they probably would have pulled out after this fiasco.
I mean, they need to go back to its roots. If they're going to bring it back, they need to get the proper writers in.
No, but
I don't know why they can't take him from Big Finish and use them people.
Why can't they bring back Paul McGann? He's very active. He'd love to come back. He's brilliant. Bring back Paul McGann. Just make a Doctor recognisable, not all this gimmick and joy to the world, honey, and all this bloody camp rubbish. I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't like. I don't want that in the Doctor. I want the Doctor not to be.
The Doctor's a higher
gay or heterosexual. It's not about his sexuality. He's an alien who wants to fix things.
Well, he said he's a higher extra-dimensional being.
Yeah, he's not like lusting after men and gyrating in front of them and stuff. I mean, oh God, that episode! I was just like, I just looked. I never forget.
Do you know the episode? Do you know the episode I detested out of all this?
Well, it must have been Rogue, surely.
Well, no, it was the Christmas special with the Dalek.
Which one?
One where they found the Dalek on Earth and they put it together.
Oh no, that was much better than Rogue.
That was fucking awful. It was.
I didn't mind that one. We've talked about this before. I actually didn't mind that one. But it was in different time zones and on the Earth, and it all formed back together.
How could 4 nights take on the Dalek? Yeah, chop it up, and then it's wiping out half that military.
Let me ask you a question because we're going to have our break in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you now see Doctor Who after it's been back for nearly 20 years? Do you see the whole? No, I'm not talking about classic. Because classic was, it was all right, even in its low spots. But do you think Doctor Who has been tainted after the last 5 years of the shit that they put on, or do you think maybe it was always?
When it came back, it started. I think we had 10 years of where it was right. and then somewhere I think after Capaldi went,
That's what I think.
for some reason after Capaldi to me,
Capaldi was fantastic.
Doctor.
Absolutely
Capaldi
fantastic.
was the Doctor. But the writing, I'm not blaming the actors, but the writing just went down the toilet.
I know. Yeah,
I think there's a chance to save it, but I wouldn't. It'd be very difficult. I think it might be time to rest it for a while.
Yeah. Well, listen, Malcolm has joined us now. Just before we go for our break, before we can focus on the episode of the week. So we've got, how many long? We've got 4 minutes. Malcolm, how are you doing, matey?
Yeah, not too bad. Sorry about that. It was a last-minute run to the airport.
All right. Family commitments, we have it all the time, matey. I mean, I should be all right to do the second part before we shoot off ourselves. Any news your end or anything you want to share with us before we go into our focus?
Nothing new really. I just started to I just give it another go at watching Fringe. I only watched the pilot so far. I never got more than about 5 episodes into it back in the day, but I'm gonna, because I'm so bored at work watching stuff. I'm gonna give that a go.
Did you see that, Martin? I never saw it myself. How about you, Martin? Did you see
I've
Fringe?
seen some of the first season, and it's all about interdimensional travel. I remember I watched like first few episodes, then I just never went back to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah, I don't
Certain
know.
shows don't sort of
It had
like.
a lot of it ran for 5 years.
It's
5
funny,
seasons.
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny how certain series. It's just
Yeah.
it needs a certain amount to keep you staying with. And if you just think
Yeah.
it was all right, and then like a week's gone by, and then you've forgotten it, you just think, oh, I can't be bothered with that. And then that's like 3 or 4 years ago, and it's just like in the past.
Malcolm, I've got Michael to agree to watch the first 3 episodes of Black 7.
I will.
Oh yeah, definitely.
First 3. I think the
Yeah.
first like a film in it. So.
But
I
should
was
I?
going to do
Should I
I was going
wait
to do a
till the-
rewatch, but now the Blu-ray's being released. I'm waiting.
That's what I was going to say. Should I
I've
wait till the
ordered mine,
remaster
mate. I've
comes?
pre-ordered. We'll have to chat about that.
Yep.
Some of
So-
us need to watch Black 7.
Should,
don't
yeah,
they?
but some of us might need to wait until the remaster comes out.
No, you don't. You just watch this and then watch it again.
3 episodes.
All right, guys. No, I will do
3
that.
episodes. It's
All
not
right.
like-
I know. And apparently it's only 11 episodes per season or series, apparently. I thought it was more than like 25 or...
Yeah, it's 13.
13.
Oh, so it's already gone up to, Martin. So that's another 2.
Oh, well,
two
no, it's all right. 24. then. Is it first 13? So watch the first 3 episodes.
All right, I will. And it's only 4 series in total, wasn't it? Or was it
Yes.
3?
Yeah.
All right, okay. I do remember certain bits.
TV history.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're going to just take our pause now. So we'll be back in a minute and we're going to focus on Fallout, which should be interesting. So we'll see you in a minute.
It's the Solar Sci-Fi Focus of the Week.
All right, so this week we're talking about a show which it's actually been quite prominent in a lot of websites going about latest science fiction, and it has this very kind of iconic character of looks like a cowboy with a missing nose in a sort of post-apocalyptic sort of thing. And I saw it, it's one of those shows. It looked good, but I wasn't going to get round to watching. But I finally got round to watching it over the last few weeks, and I finished it last week, and I really enjoyed it. And obviously, you both have seen it yourselves, so obviously it's time to talk about it. So, Malcolm, should we ask you start with you first of all? What did you think about it? How did you get into it? Tell me about it.
Yeah. I mean, I loved it. So firstly, if you remember when Halo came out, I know Halo was a massive game, and
Yes.
I've never played it. I don't know anything really about it. But then I watched the TV show, and everyone slated it. I thought it was quite good, and I think part of the reason was because I had no baggage from the computer game.
Yes.
I just went in and watched it as a show, so that's why I didn't hate it like everyone else did. So when Fallout came out, it's the same thing. I've never played the game. I'm aware it exists. I've seen stuff of it, but I know nothing about it. So I wasn't going to be bogged down by any of the crap. But seemingly the sets and all that, I don't know about not the storyline so much, but the sets and that they've done are very, very good on the game. And I'll be the same when Borderlands comes out as well. I've never played that game. I've seen it. I've never played it, so I should be into that as well and watching it with a fresh pair of eyes. But what sold me on this, where David, straight with this Walton Goggins, as soon as I see his name attached to it, I was in. I'm sold. Anything that guy's in, the guy is an absolute
I've
genius.
not seen him in many other things. What else has he been in?
Ant-Man and the Wasp. He plays the bad guy that's chasing them in there.
Okay.
If you've ever watched Sons of Anarchy, he has a very, very small role, maybe for 5 episodes, where he plays a post-op transsexual who's just absolutely stunning. Arguably, his biggest TV role is probably Justified. He plays the bad guy in Justified.
Okay.
And that's definitely well worth watching. But yeah, anything he's in is just genius.
It's very interesting. I should just interrupt you. I was going to say that I think that a lot of these shows, if they're based on games, they are going to have an uphill battle to actually work in respect of, because I'm not a gamer either, and I watched The Last of Us last year, and I thought that was really, really good.
Well, that's a game that I had actually played. So I could compare it a little bit to the game. Yeah.
So that might have changed your opinion if you actually played the game of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I like The Last of Us, but I've got to be honest. I find Pedro Pascal a bit like Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he's massively overrated, and it pisses me off that he's in everything. Literally, him, Michelle Yeoh, and Ming-Na Wen. Everything you watch has got them 4 in, and they're all crap actors. They're
overrated.
Better than I can. Yeah, I don't. Crap is the wrong word because they are, but they shouldn't be in everything. They shouldn't be every casting director's go-to for roles at the moment. They really shouldn't.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
So obviously this was based on a game which I haven't played. Martin, do you know much about the game for Fallout?
Yes,
Have you played that? What did you think about the show itself?
My best friend, he's obsessed with the game. He's completed everything. He knows everything about Fallout.
Okay.
He's like, honestly, and it was some game that come out a few years ago on the Xbox, and I bought the game and I wasn't really into it. The games are very complex. There's lots of missions and the whole universe to roam around in.
Okay.
But the universe about who built the bunkers and the world, and there's a lot to it. There's just some fans have got together and done Fallout London. And apparently the animation's meant to be spectacular. I don't know if it's out yet.
Okay.
But he when I saw the adverts for it, I agree with Malcolm. It was like on Halo. I used to play Halo sort of when it come out. I went in and out with it. I didn't mind it. So like I said, when a friend of mine, he'd seen the first season of Halo. So I bought it and I was blown away by Halo. Because I'm not like Greg, I'm not tied down with the unit. That's the problem with game and stuff. If you're really into the game and you know the lore of it, like a program, a TV, I can understand why they get.
Well, they must have to do some adaptation to make it into a story rather than a game.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know we're not talking about Halo, but one of their big mistakes is that's a shoot 'em up game. That the whole point of that game is gunfire and battles. Other than the opening 3 minutes of the first episode, no one picks up a gun for 5 more episodes.
Yeah.
So for a shoot 'em up game, that's really going to piss people off.
Yeah, I can understand, but with Fallout, there's so much more. I mean,
is it faithful to the game? Is it from what you've seen of it?
It's the clever thing. When my mate came out, we watched it together. He said, "You need to watch this," and by the end of it, I was reading up on the Fallout universe.
Right.
The series, they've sort of took the universe they've added something new to it. Because in the game, who built why were the bunkers built? This big mystery of the corporation and all that. Suddenly, in the series, they've expanded upon something new with like the corporation and the bunkers.
Right.
They sort of pushed the games in a certain direction now. They've added something to it. And I watched the 8 episodes, and do you know, that was the best thing I've seen this year.
Yeah.
Nothing compares to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rate
Well-
it highly. I mean, I really,
Yeah,
as like I said, I didn't follow the game, so I just went along with it, and yeah, it really was good.
yeah.
I thought the cast was great. I thought the actress who played is it Lucy?
Ella
Lucy?
Purnell.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
very nice, very nice, and she's
Yeah.
British apparently as well. I didn't know. I thought she was American.
Well, it's the thing is, it's like I started reading up on the Lord of it, and it's massive. Trust me, this thing's been going for years. And
When
it's
did it
massive.
start? When did the game actually come out?
I think that's about 20 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's that old?
original PlayStation, I think.
Yeah, it
PlayStation
was.
1,
Yeah,
I think.
that's where it started. Yeah, but the lore of it is immense. There's so much going on. I mean, just try. I've read up on bits of it, and it take a lifetime just to get through a load of the lore. But the TV series, it also invites you in if you're not connected to the game, and that's what I loved about it. So, like Mal said, you haven't got the thing of the game, and we went into this with like open eyes, something we hadn't seen before. And I come out of this. I'm not going to go buy a game and play it because it's not my thing. But this series, if that shows me that of that universe, that series is enough for me. I love the characters. I love him with no nose. I forgot what they called, the mutant.
The Ghoul.
Gould.
The goal, yeah. I loved all that. I loved the conspiracy of the bunkers, the corporate guy who woke up out of suspended animation.
Yeah.
Loved it all. Superb. The Metal Alliance, these other powers that took
I like the
over
mutant
America.
creatures. The mutant creatures were quite fun,
Yeah.
weren't they? Yeah, there's sort of like
Yeah.
a two-headed cow, and you have this weird kind of creature that came out of the water.
Yeah.
I think I'd be the other way around as well. I think if I went and bought the game now, I'd be disappointed that it's not close enough to the TV series.
Yeah.
And I'd stop playing
Precisely,
it.
yeah.
I mean,
That's
it's
why
it's
I'm not going there.
it's interesting.
Read up
'cause-
on it. Read up on it. That's what I did. I read up on it. I tried playing game once. Wasn't my thing.
But it's unusual for these things to work because often game TV variations of games often do fail.
Yeah.
But they seem to be at least improving in recent years with some of these things. So whether, but like I said, the difficulty is making an adaptation which is still faithful and recognizable to the game, but making it entertainment in a TV movie or a series format. It's kind of a hard one.
What you do is you've got the established law. So what you do is you add it to the side instead of forcing it in. Add it to the side as an add-on. And I thought the writers knew the law of the Fallout universe in this. They were so in touch with it. They put it together. I mean, the costumes, because they all wear them uniforms.
Yeah. And they have different
I've
numbers.
got a
obviously.
Pit Boy. I've got one of the Pit Boy. When I bought the game years ago, I got a Pit Boy with it. You know,
Right.
the thing they wear. I've got one of them, yeah.
So,
And
what did you think about the fact that it was like an alternate universe where this all nuclear war started in like a 1950s kind of environment, although there had some technological stuff a bit different from our 1950s. Did you like the fact that it was set with kind of like that retro technology in
Yeah.
the future,
Yeah.
200 years in the future?
You know
I
that-
like that. I thought that was quite cool.
you know, when you say like 1950s sort of science fiction, it's all quite hopeful, isn't it?
Yes,
You know, the
optimistic.
world and the future, and they have that innocence in them bunkers. They have that 1950s innocence, but outside in the real world, it's totally different. It's two
Yeah,
worlds
you're protected
meeting.
environment from the real thing.
Yes, two
And that's
worlds meeting. Yeah, and
that's
love
what-
it.
I think that's also what made it so good that Lucy went out into the real world, which reminded me a bit of the Silo thing from
Yeah,
which Malcolm talked about as well. And then, of course, she saw just how dark and grim it is, and then she meets the ghoul for the first time. And I mean, there were some things so Lucy's dad, he set off a bomb or something like 10 years before, wasn't it, in a city or
a
something?
nuke, yeah.
He did a nuke then, and that was and remind me again because I've only just seen it, but it's still like not assimilated properly. He did that for what reason again? Why did he nuke the city?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot.
I can't remember now. I watched it so long ago.
Oh God, I feel
confirmed.
at least it's not just me. I can't remember.
I remember he were outside, but then he were like living inside the bunker. He were making alliances with people.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
they-
he
when
obviously
they
kept that
caught
quiet. He kept that
there were
quiet,
that-
didn't he?
There were them people that caught her, and he were negotiating with them. That were her mother or something.
And I'm being
And-
thick
and-
here.
well,
How was it that you? How did you become a ghoul? There was this weird kind of bottles with this chemical in, and there's one character where he was the guy that was in the black guy in the big tall suits, and he pretends to be, I can't remember, the ranger or whatever it is. There's a term, and he wasn't. And then there's one guy who's ill, who's like associate with him. He takes this thing and he then becomes a ghoul because he gets an arrow through his neck, and then he
Yeah.
pulls it out, and he's going, how is that explained as to how that actually came about?
I
That,
think it's.
Am I being thick or?
Radiation.
But it was some sort of chemical thing, wasn't it, which
Yeah.
was created, and so although,
They're addicted to it. They're addicted.
but it wears out, and so but if you keep taking it, you're like immortal. You can just keep going on and on and on.
Think so, yeah.
But your
But
nose
you,
falls
but you
out.
still rot. You still rot and deteriorate.
But
even though
you
it's
only rot
keeping
to
you
a
alive.
certain point, I think. Oh no,
Yeah.
actually, no, we did see some even more rotted than the ghoul, the
think,
main character, didn't we?
I think there's 4 powers outside. You've got the Metal Alliance, the other one. There's several big like powers, and the corporation people. They I think it's not mentioned in the game who started the war, but it's not in this because I'm quite surprised. It was the corporation that wanted the war. They prepared the bunkers. They knew this was coming. They manipulated events in the past.
I think,
and I think that's. I thought they haven't revealed this in the game, but if they're adding it into the TV series, that's going to change the law of the Fallout verse.
Yeah.
So, I was surprised. Because, like you said about video games, I mean, films to a lot of it are terrible, aren't they?
They don't often work.
Yeah.
There's more failures than wins, I think, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious now because of Malcolm about checking out Halo. Because I heard it was
I've seen
panned.
first season.
I've not seen the second season yet, to be
No,
fair,
yeah.
but I've seen the first one and I quite enjoyed it.
So
I
you both
loved it,
recommend
Malcolm.
checking out the first season, is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And then,
Because a friend of mine, I saw the review. Everybody said it was crap and you don't want to watch it. And my friend picked it up in CEX for about £6. So I bought a copy. I found a copy and I took it on, put it on, and I was totally blown away. So I bought season 2 when it come out brand new. Then they went and bloody cancelled it.
Oh, did it cancel on a high? Did it all?
Hey,
Did
they've
it
cancelled
resolution?
Halo's gone. It's gone.
Oh, I hate that one.
That's a shame.
Series.
See,
Yeah.
the Witcher again. The Witcher started out really good,
I've not seen
and
it.
then come the third. What the first season's brilliant. The second season's great. The third season
Yeah.
is okay. The fourth one, obviously, they've changed it. It's not Henry
Is
Cavill
it-
anymore,
Is,
and the
is
poor
Witcher-
guy's got a mountain to climb.
Is it worth checking out, Witcher?
Yep. Yep.
Right.
Definitely. Once you've seen the first season, you will almost definitely go and get the books and read them.
Okay.
Oh, really? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that out first season.
Nice one. So obviously go back to Fallout. I mean, what do you think of it from its production standard? Did it look good? Did it look like a lot of money been thrown into it? I assume it was. Do you think that?
Yeah, this looked like it had $180 million spent on it. Unlike
Okay.
I love that. That was the best answer anybody could have had to that question. Yeah, so it looked
Yeah.
like it probably was made for half the price of a certain other series
Yeah.
we mentioned.
and people that are into the games have said that the sets, the suits, everything is just bang
Everything.
on. There's a slight adjustment to the Pip-Boy itself. They've made that look a little bit more modern, but other than
Yeah.
that, apparently it's bang on. It's exactly as it was.
Brilliant.
And I'd like the idea when you said before about like that 50s kind of optimism. I always find a bit odd because you're slap bang in the middle of the end of the war and the Great Depression, and then the start of nuclear threat of fallout and all that. So it seems odd that period, as you say, all their TV shows and their science fiction is always very, very optimistic. It's all weird.
That was the thing that drew me in, because when they're all in this bunker, it's all nice and everybody, even though there's something going on and they're all being used. But when she goes out there, it's like she's got that optimism. She's nice,
Yeah,
and,
yes.
and there's an apocalyptic world out
She's
there.
like a child, isn't she? As well,
Yeah,
she's
there's
so innocent.
destruction everywhere. The
Yeah.
creatures are beautiful, and she's right friendly and nice about everything.
Yeah.
And he's like that, because I agree with you, man. I've got that thing about the 50s when they have robots and rocket cars and that 50s
yeah.
sort of thing. I love all that. You know, that retro.
It's like all these
science
AI
fiction.
Panavisions of all these, you know, they make these modern series look like made in the 1950s, which we've like
Yeah.
mentioned quite a lot.
Even
They
like
always
in the Iron Man films, when you see Howard Stark's 50s thing at the beginning of I
Yes.
think it's Captain America, it's just his world. I'd much rather go to his world fair than the one that Tony Stark does later on,
Yeah.
the modern day one he
Yes.
goes to in
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
is
agree.
interesting. Well, I mean, like I said, I think it was a very, very good series. So, from what I understand, there's going to be a season 2. Are you both pleased about that?
Yeah.
I
It's
I
definitely
hope
up.
so. Is that next year? We're not going to have to wait 2 years for it, are we?
Probably. I imagine it'll be a
Probably.
big gap. It probably will be. Everything's a big.
Really?
Yeah, probably. Because
What's happened to when they used to make a TV series every year?
Yeah.
It just
24
doesn't happen.
episodes.
yeah,
24 episodes in a year. Boom.
Next
you know,
generation.
Deep Space Nine, you got 24 episodes.
26.
Oh, all right, 26 then, 26. But they did every year when September comes, there it was. And now we've got to wait. They make 8 episodes, and we have to wait 2
years. Yeah.
In America land, obviously it was always split. That's why, like the next
Yeah.
generation, you always had the mid-season cliffhanger because they have six.
Yeah.
You know, half the episodes at the beginning of the year and half of it's at the end of the year,
Yes.
and then the middle of the year is when all the new pilot shows are put forward.
Yeah, no, it is a
Well,
shame.
we can't wait 2 years for next fall. I don't see this.
Well, I mean, The Last of Us season 2 must be coming out soon. That's been ages since the first season. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely want to check that out.
It's probably got to be watched again, actually. To be fair, just so
Yeah, I wouldn't
remember
mind
where
seeing
we're
it
up to.
again, giving it a rewatch.
So
actually.
next year, we might not get Fallout next year.
I doubt it.
We have to wait another year for Strange New Worlds.
Well, that'll be out next summer. That'll be out next summer.
Bloody hell! What's the point, man?
I don't know. It's just the nature of streaming, and these companies, they just do things extra slow, and it's all meticulous. I don't know why it's so slow.
Maybe it's the effects. That's why. Maybe
It might be the effects. It might be.
They might be going for quality now over quantity.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work. Look at the CGI in Star Trek Discovery, and it looked like shit. You know, some of it.
The Acolyte.
Oh, well, it always goes back to the Acolyte, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's strange. So I guess it's time to rate it out of 10. So I think I'll go first this week. I will rate it, from what I saw of it, as an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was very, very solid. Malcolm, what would you rate it?
I'm gonna go 9 on this. I really liked it. I'm gonna go 9.
Wow, you normally are lower than everybody else, so that is a very good sign, Malcolm. So thank you for that. Martin, what do you think?
10.
10.
Yeah.
You rate everything 10?
I don't make it. I thought no, because out of all crap I've had to suffer this year, Fallout has been the best thing I've seen this year.
All right, I'm up to 9 now. Going up to Malcolm's level. 9.
And it's just high quality, the writing, the acting, the sets, and that probably didn't cost 188 million.
I'd love to know how much it made. I would love to know how much it
70
cost.
million.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Acolyte had some big named actors who appeared in like for 5 minutes and then just got like a whatever, and that fucked up the. Anyway, listen, guys, I'm really glad you both liked it. If you haven't seen it, obviously, if you haven't seen it, then you've just got loads. Well, have we got lots of spoilers we've given it? We've given some spoilers, haven't we? So
No, not really. I mean, all we've said about it is what everybody knows that happens anyway. It's only
so you can. We haven't ruined it if you haven't seen it before.
Malcolm, have you seen Borderlands? I've not seen, but I've never played Borderlands. I've heard the film.
No, I went round my mate's house once when he was playing it. For about half an hour, saw him playing it with his son, but more than that, I don't know much of it.
Have you not seen the film then?
No, I didn't even know it was out yet.
What is it about? What's Borderlands? What's it about?
I got no idea. It's a shoot 'em up game, but
It's
it's big. its ISP was the fact it was very cartoony like graphics. It was the
Yeah.
first of that. I think there's a special name for it. People are starting to paint models like it. There's a special name for that kind of graphic painting
I was
and all that. That's good. I did watch something on YouTube. I did see a thing. It got taken down now, but it was a massive argument about, of all things, BioShock, which is another massively popular computer game that everybody, well, half the people were saying it should be made into a TV series. It would be the
Right.
best thing ever, and the other half of people were saying no. How in any way can you make that game into a storyline for a film? And it was just a very, very funny conversation. But I don't know, they had loads of clips of different stuff, so I assume that's why it got taken down in the end. I think
Yeah,
they
probably got a
filed
copyright strike.
infringement.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've had a few of those over the years. It's horrible when you get a strike. You can't post anything for a week, and it stays with you for 3 months. It's a real pain. If you get 3, your channel's completely closed down. So you really got. I've only had about 4 or 5 over the last. I've done it since 2015 years. I think I've been doing it a long time, but it's it's not good. All right, guys, thanks for coming on board. Now we are going to be doing another recording tomorrow with you, Malcolm. Marty can't make it, sorry, mate, but obviously we understand. And we're going to be talking to a guy who's been affiliated with Deep Space Nine. He was actually Jake Sisko's stunt double. He did all sorts of aliens. He's called Todd E. Slayton. And he's going to be sharing his memories, and we are huge Deep Space Nine fans, so I'm sure we can get some great insights into one of our favorite shows. So Malcolm, we'll be back with you tomorrow, and then the week after, guys, what are we going to be doing after that? I'm not sure. Any ideas? Anything you want to throw my way that we could focus on? Any films?
To be fair, I've not got any weekdays off for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm off weekends now for quite a while.
Okay.
To be fair. So I'm not sure when it might be early October. It's my next Tuesday, Wednesday off.
That's fine. Well, I'm obviously sorry you can't make it, but you always got an open invite if you're available. You know that. Martin, anything that is coming up that you want to focus on?
I've not seen Alien Romulus yet.
No, neither have I.
Okay. I mean, once you both watch that, we have got to all 3 of us do a big review of that.
You know, I've avoided everything on that, so I don't know what.
I'm really watching every time I see you two guys. Like, I thought Malcolm wasn't sure if you've seen it yet, but with you, Martin, I have not said a word, and there are some interesting things which I'm not going to say.
I'll wait until it's a decent.
Yeah,
it'll be out soon.
There's an Alien TV series coming as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
because that's what I thought this was. I thought this was the TV series, and then someone said, "No, you moron, it's a film." But there is a TV series coming. Apparently,
I've not heard much about it.
Series is connected to the film.
Okay.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, I thought this was completely separate. I thought it was just in the Alien universe. Last I heard, I think it's coming out in early spring 2025. But it's gone very, very quiet. I've not. Yeah, I know. No, I know. Look, all we've got is Skeleton Crew, which after the last Star Wars thing, I don't know what to make about that. I'll give it a go. Yeah. That's it. Skeleton Crew. That's it for 2024. Unless there's anything else. That's all I can see. Unless there's anything you two recommend that I checked. I've
obviously the next Marvel thing is going to be the pointless Agatha, whatever it is.
Is that a film or is that a TV show? Isn't
it's a TV series, but I'm not sure what it's bringing to the table of the story.
When's the next?
But then, on the other hand, I do prefer the TV series to be side characters and the film stick with the big stuff, I suppose.
But when was the last Marvel film out? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, but is that MCU now?
That was quite good. I enjoyed that.
Was it?
I haven't seen it yet, but is that MCU? The last MCU film is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe?
Oh, that was this year, wasn't it? I've not seen the third one yet.
I'm looking forward to seeing Thunderbolts with Harrison Ford.
Oh, is he? He's too old now. Is he ancient now?
He's going to be the Red Hulk.
I couldn't stand that. I didn't like that last Indiana Jones film that he was in. It was like, oh my god, that was pretty shitty, wasn't it?
What we could do is we could do a podcast on the first 3 episodes of Black Sabbath next week.
No, I'm not going to do a podcast of 3 episodes,
and I won't be around, so.
I'll tell you what, how about if we do it on the 17th of September 2025? I'm joking. Look, we'll do it. We'll do it. No, I'll tell you what, by the episode 200, right? Yeah. Although something near that. We'll do it. We'll do it this year.
Well, I don't know. What can we do next week? I don't know.
I fancy reviewing Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, let's do that. It's a classic.
because it's a
yeah.
classic and it's one that's worth a review, and it was pretty out there when it came out in 19.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, let's do that next week.
So obviously next week we're obviously doing the interviews. The week after, Close Encounters of the
Close
Third
Encounters,
Kind, and obviously Malcolm, when you're around, give us a shout. Come on
Yeah, no
board.
worries.
Fantastic, guys. All right, I think that's about it for this week. Thank you both for coming on board, as always.
Cool.
Much appreciated. And we'll catch you next time on the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.